Hello and welcome back to the Soccer Brothers Podcast. This is episode number 40. I'm your host, Sahil, and as always, I'm joined by my brother, Nihal. How you doing, Nihal?
I'm doing well, man. It's been an exciting week in soccer. You know, there's been some bad stuff with, the whole women's national team, all that stuff. All I'm going to say is we got to support both teams, and we want both to win. That's the best case scenario. All that being said, there was El Classico, and we made it to episode 40, dude. Episode 40 of the Soccer Brothers Podcast.
Yeah, it's definitely a milestone, and, it doesn't seem like we've made 40 episodes to me. I don't know.
Yeah, we just keep on chugging along. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So.
It is a lot of fun. And you know what else is a lot of fun?
What?
Wearing an Ambitious Strike t-shirt. Do you know where to get an Ambitious Strike t-shirt?
Where?
AmbitiousStrike.com. Do you know how to get a discount on your Ambitious Strike t-shirt?
You can get a discount?
Yes. You must go to checkout after clicking on your item, and then where it says coupon code, enter the code BROTHERS. That will get you 15% off on your entire purchase.
That sounds like a great deal. It
is a great deal.
AmbitiousStrike.com, you say?
Yeah, I just found out about them yesterday.
Go check them out, guys. The link is always in the description. It's AmbitiousStryk.com. Check them out. Great company.
Barcelona hosted Real Madrid in the Camp Nou. Everyone's eyes is on this game. There's really no other soccer that you're watching at this time. If any league decided to put a game at 2:30 on Saturday, then their ratings just must have gone down a lot. In the 9th minute, Suarez misses the sitter, and it just looked like Barcelona was going to take the early lead and gain all the momentum.
Yeah, that was a woeful miss, and Suarez's finishing was not great all match. He had a couple of chances. It was a great play by the team, put Suarez in a position, and he has to convert. He really does. And he must be disappointed. It's the one he definitely wants back.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in that front three. I think that Messi definitely, as he likes to do, played really deep, and he was a big part in the attack going forward. But we didn't get to see him in the box that much or take many shots.
No,
since he needed to break down that Barcelona or that Real Madrid midfield. But overall, I would have liked to see more of that.
I would say I think Neymar was the best Barcelona front man today, or not today, but on Saturday. It's scary to think how young he is and how much he's already accomplished and how good he can be.
How old is he?
I don't know, like 22.
Yeah, he's 24.
He's 24. He's younger than Jossie's artist, so.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's 20. Yeah, that's right. Because he would be.
Is there anyone that good at that age? I don't think so. But
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some others that I'm not really that. I don't know players' ages off the top of my head. So.
Okay. But So in the 25th minute, Messi is on the counterattack. He's about to get into the penalty box. You think he's going to take a shot on goal. And then Sergio Ramos collides with him, and it looked like he tried to go for the ball. It looked like a tackle, but there was no foul called at all. A lot of people thought it was a penalty at first. After review, I saw on BN that Messi's foot looked like it was outside the box when the challenge happened. So
it was definitely outside the box, and it was definitely a foul. So I think it should have been a free kick to Barcelona. It wasn't. But, those types of things happen. Real Madrid got robbed of a goal later in the match. So it happens. It's soccer.
Yeah. So then at halftime, it ended up 0-0. I wouldn't say it wasn't exciting. I would say that Barcelona definitely controlled most of the game by that point.
Yeah. And it was the first 0-0 first half score in a long time in El Classico. So.
Yeah. They definitely don't end that way. I think it hasn't ended that way since 2002.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Ronaldo tested Claudio Bravo once in the first half, but there really wasn't much going for the Real Madrid attack there. They didn't look as cohesive as the Barcelona attack did. It just looked like a lot of one person trying to dribble
Well,
through.
they're always going to try to play counterattack, especially on the road against Barcelona. And I think once they started exploiting Jordi Alba, that's when they started to get more and more chances towards the end of the match. Ronaldo would go to the right sometimes. Bale was doing well. And Jordi Alba, he's a good defender. He's been so good for Barcelona for the past, 4 years now. But he did not have a great match defensively. And, I think that's really what did Barcelona in, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. So in the 54th minute, Messi, there was a loose ball, and he got on the end of it. He had, no momentum when he took the shot. But, Keylor Navas makes this great diving save. He was trying to put it in the right corner, but he couldn't get it.
And I think that chip was incredible. I mean, it was a great chip. I thought it was going in. I was about to go crazy. And then Navas makes just a wonderful save. And, you have to say, Navas might be better than David De Gea right now. That's a different debate for a different day. Definitely one of the top two players in CONCACAF, Keylor Navas, along with Chicharito Hernandez, and maybe Wes Morgan's up there right now. But, I mean, he's just an incredible keeper, one of the top-class keepers in the world, and he just keeps on showing it and keeps on proving it. And I'm just so excited to see CONCACAF being represented at the top in every league. Christian Pulisic, Wes Morgan, and Keylor Navas. It's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. So in the 56th minute, they got a couple corners since that Messi shot, and eventually, on that last corner, Messi takes the corner, and then Gerard Piqué makes it 1-0. He looked a bit unmarked. He was marked initially, but then he ran up, got an open look, and put him back in the net.
I mean, a powerful header, and
it bounced, right?
Yeah, and I don't know. Didn't Ray Hudson said something about how it was like the Donald Trump's hair of marking or something? I don't know if that was this goal. I forgot when he said that.
I know he said the salmon thing.
Yeah, okay.
Like this. Yeah, but he says that.
Yeah,
he says that before. Yeah.
By the way, just to insert it in here kind of awkwardly, if you haven't listened to our last episode number 39, definitely go check it out. We interviewed Phil Shane. It was a great interview, and he is the guy who is commentating with Ray Hudson. He's a commentator for beIN Sports. Does a great job. One of the best American commentators right now.
He's just got a really exciting voice.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
All right. And then in the 62nd minute, Real Madrid equalize with, Marcelo makes a great run running centrally. You see that more often than not for Marcelo, right? A left back just always.
He's great at that.
He looks like he could play number 10 sometimes, honestly. And then...
Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe that leaves you a little exposed. I think we saw that in the World Cup against Germany.
Yeah.
But, he's a good player. Obviously, he plays for Real Madrid.
I feel like Cruz wasn't really the replacement for Di Maria, really. And I feel like sometimes I actually see runs from Marcelo that look like Di Maria runs.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I that's interesting. I never really thought about it in that way. I mean, Marcelo does definitely like to cut in. And there was, I can't remember if it was El Clasico, but a match I think last year where Marcelo scored on his right foot and he had a great run and he cut inside. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but
not specifically, no, but I believe that
he's so much fun to watch, and seeing him and Dani Alves go at each other is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so he slips it into Cruz, and then Cruz. Crosses it in. I think it took a deflection on the way in, but eventually it bounces, and Benzema has a beautiful scissor kick to make it 1-1.
Are we calling it a scissor kick, or was it an overhead kick? I don't know. I don't know.
It looked like he was ending. Okay,
I thought it was. I thought it was a scissor kick too, but everyone was calling it an overhead kick, so I called it an overhead kick in a tweet.
Oh.
But yeah,
D should have been on that. You were tweeting. Okay.
No, I think I would lean towards scissor kick, but what a take! I mean. Benzema, remember 2 years ago now, and 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, in 2013, people were calling for Benzema to be dropped in favor of Alvaro Morata. And, I mean, look at how good he's been for the past 2 years. And I'm excited to see what he can do this summer with the French national team. And we'll talk about the Euros later, but I mean, he's just such a great player, and he really completes that front three of Ronaldo and Bale and Benzema, of course.
Yeah, he's just so good.
Yeah, and Cruz does a great job, to his credit, to get the ball in there. It does take a deflection, and like you said, it really starts with the run of Marcelo.
Yeah. And so in the 80th minute, both teams, I would say, from the 70th to 80th minute, Real Madrid was getting a lot of the dangerous counterattacks. A couple of them, I think Ronaldo kind of screwed up and tried to take it for himself. But in the 80th minute, Bale thought he had a goal. It was a cross from Ronaldo into Bale, and it was disallowed because Jordi Alba went down, a little bit easily. Do you think this goal should have stood?
Oh, absolutely. It looked like a perfectly good goal to me. Those situations are hard because I don't know. I don't know what I would do in the referee situation. I can see why he called a foul. Alba feels contact and goes down. I believe the sideline official called it. But it looks like a clear and good goal to me. And I'm glad Real Madrid was able to get another goal just a few minutes later.
Yeah, in the 85th minute, this time it's Ronaldo on the receiving end and Bale crossing. After a Bale cross with his right foot, his weak foot, Ronaldo controls it with his chest and then megs Claudio Brava for the winner.
What a finish. I think the finish is really, really underrated because he had to get that exactly right to put it through Bravo's leg. And not a great day for Ronaldo, but he ends it with an exclamation point and is able to score. And Real Madrid were down to 10 men at that point as well. Sergio Ramos got his 21st red card in league play.
Wow. I wonder if that's more than Pepe.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Wow, it says a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that he should have already been sent off because he had a ridiculous challenge in the second half that was from behind. And that was a yellow card. But, people were saying he already should have been yellow carded because of the challenge that the referee didn't call at all in the first half in the 25th minute with Messi. But, I don't think he would have gone in for that dangerous challenge if he had a yellow card in the second half. But I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, there's definitely some controversy about how long Sergio Ramos should have been on the field.
Right. And I think something that's maybe lost in the narrative is that this is Zinedine Zidane's first El Clasico. And I think he got it right. He did a great job. And the first manager in a long time for Real Madrid to win his first El Clasico. Jose Mourinho lost, Carlo Ancelotti lost, and Rafa Benitez lost their first El Clasico. So he was able to snag a win on the road.
Yeah, and as for Barcelona, on the other side of things, they were at home. That ended their 34-match winning streak at home. Incredible.
Yeah. I thought it was longer than 34.
It was 34.
Okay. Is that in league play? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't lost in the Champions League either, which is why I'm thinking that it was longer. But yeah, no. January 2015 was the last time they lost at home. Obviously they don't want to lose this match, but I think they're focused on the Champions League now. They should be able to run away with La Liga still. It shouldn't really put a huge dent. It does give Atletico Madrid, who also won, and Real Madrid a glimmer of hope, but I still think ultimately Barcelona is going to come out on top.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any question about that. But Real Madrid just has to focus on getting second. Really, I think beginning this long-term project with Zidane. Hopefully, if they keep him, they can see that. It's going to be hard for the Real Madrid board and Florentino Perez to say, this just wasn't the year we were going to win anything.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they should do at least.
Yeah, I agree with you. Zidane, obviously, they didn't have a great start to the year. They fired Rafa Benitez. Zinedine Zidane has done a good job, I think. And I think going forward, he should be the choice.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to another big European game. In Italy, we saw Lazio play Roma in the Stadio Olimpico, where they both play at home. And Roma ended up taking this one 4-1.
Lazio was technically at home in this match, right?
Yeah, I mean, the seats weren't even filled up, which is extremely disappointing, and I'm just disappointed in Calcio and everything.
It's a huge stadium. But yeah, I mean, we finally get to talk...
But even, like, it was sad. It was sad.
Yeah. I mean, we finally get to talk about Roma on the podcast, so I'm sure you're very happy.
For the first time in a while.
It's one of the biggest rivalries in Europe. Great win for Roma on the road, in quotations, 4-1, and ever since Spalletti came in, they haven't lost a league match, is that right?
They lost once to Juventus.
Oh, they lost to Juventus. That was the first match, right?
That was the second match.
Okay. Well, since then, they haven't lost.
They've drawn
Al-Shaarawy has been a revelation after disappointing at Milan and Monaco. 6 goals in 9 matches in league play. He scores the first goal on a nice header in the 15th minute. Edin Dzeko scores off a rebound off the post. I think, was it their second or third time hitting the post at that point? Dzeko finally is able to score. Marco Parolo for Lazio is able to score to make it 2-1 in the 75th minute. Terrible goalkeeping by Wojciech Szczesny, but it doesn't really matter. Florenzi scores a great volley in the 83rd minute, and Perotti a nice bending, curling finish in the 87th minute to put it away. 4-1 to Roma in third place now. I mean, they were already in third place. I don't know why I said third place now. But
yeah, I mean, I think this is a team. Lazio is a team that they definitely should have gone. They should have gone in thinking they should beat. But it's always in Derby Day. It's always hard. Stefano Pioli, the coach of Lazio, was fired right after this match.
Right.
So that was a big thing. Inzaghi is going to step in at least as the interim head coach because that was kind of the last straw for them. They've had a disappointing season. Yeah. I don't care.
I mean, they're 21 points behind Roma right now, and they're in 8th place. Roma are in 3rd. It seemed like 5-6 weeks ago, Roma might miss out on the Champions League. Now they've separated themselves from the pack. They're 7 points ahead of 4th place Fiorentina, and it looks like if they can just see it out and play the way they've been playing, they'll be able to secure Champions League, at least a playoff spot in Champions League.
A big game is we play Napoli, I think, in 2 games, and
Higuain won't be playing.
Yeah, Higuain's out for 4 games, so he's not going to be there for that game. So I think that Roma's going to end up finishing second, get ourselves back into the Champions League. We actually have a good coach this time next year.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do well. As for the match...
one more thing. Napoli lost to Udinese this weekend, which is obviously a bad result. They play Verona. Then they have Inter Milan, and then Bologna and Roma. So if they drop points to Inter, Roma has a chance if Roma is able to win.
Yeah, but doesn't Napoli also play Inter? Or like during that Higuain ban stretch?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Napoli. I'm talking about Napoli's schedule.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Inter. Okay.
Yeah, Napoli plays Inter in 2 weeks, April 16th.
Yeah. So, and Fiorentina had a disappointing result against Sampdoria at home.
Yeah, Fiorentina's out. I mean, they're out of the Champions League.
But it's huge to get that second place spot because the season doesn't start when those playoff Champions League games start. So, you need... Actually, the last 2 years, the playoff teams have lost from Serie A, and I don't think...
But none of them have been as good as Roma. I guess Napoli.
Yeah. Well, Napoli 2 years ago. Yeah, when they lost to Bilbao. Yeah. That was just awful.
This year was Lazio.
Yeah. Losing to Leverkusen, I think. Yeah.
I mean, it's really like... Those are tough draws, though, for a Champions League playoff.
It's because one... So how that draw works, here's some quick...
knowledge.
I don't know. Yeah, knowledge about the Champions League and how the draws work. So one of the pots that teams can be drawn together from, and you can only, I guess, and I'm using the word pot weirdly here, but you can only be drawn against a team in your pot.
No. You can only be drawn against a team in the other pot.
I know. I'm not actually using the word pot. Okay, forget that I said the word pot. There's 2 different sides.
You have the champions, and then you have like teams like Napoli who qualify in 3rd place, right?
Yeah, or 4th place in Germany or England or whatever. Right. And oftentimes those 3rd place, 4th place teams in the big leagues are better than like your lower level
champions of Austria or whatever.
Yeah, and so I feel like you're always going to end up. I don't know if the system is bad. I mean, maybe it's fair. I mean, you won the league.
Okay, I see what you're saying about the pots thing now. I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say that's why Napoli is playing. That's why Lazio was playing Leverkusen, because those were teams that weren't champions.
So it's always going to be hard. It's a series of two legs, and I hope that we don't see Roma in that. But I guess I'd be confident if depending on who we draw.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully Roma is able to catch Napoli.
Yeah. All right. So why don't we move over to MLS?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we are both going to do our power rankings this week, and we're going to talk a little bit about the teams that we think are the top five or the hottest right now or have the best chance to win the title.
Let's start with 5. Let's start with number 5.
Okay. So, I picked the LA Galaxy.
Okay.
They came off a disappointing draw against Vancouver, but I still think just because of their talent, you have to put them at number 5. I think they're 4th in the West right now. I only have one East team on this list.
Yeah.
So, I think that they still have a good chance to definitely finish in the top 3 in the West, and I wouldn't doubt them to win the title either. They just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I had a really hard time here choosing between Montreal and LA. But like you said, I think although Montreal has a good chance to win the league, LA just edges out Montreal just based purely on talent that they have. And if LA's players can start to get going, Robbie Keane is going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks with a leg injury. We'll see how that impacts the team, but even then, they still have a great chance. They just need to make it into the playoffs. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, and I was disappointed because also that was a 10-man Vancouver for 60 minutes almost. Around 60 minutes. So they should have been able to get a goal, I think. But I have faith.
David Ousted, Vancouver's goalkeeper, stood on his head. Jossie's artist from point blank range. It's a decent volley, and Ousted literally from maybe 3 yards saves it. A great reaction save, absolutely fantastic. He's emerged as one of the top goalkeepers in MLS.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you there. Shall we move to number 4?
Let's do it.
All right, so number 4, I have Sporting KC. So they're second in the West, but they've played one less game than Dallas. I actually think that maybe I could have put them higher, but I think they lost to a good-looking RSL team. Which is fine. It's a fine result, but I just don't think after a loss that I can put them very highly. But I think the team is very dangerous, and them at their best this season have been one of the more dangerous-looking teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, for number 4, I have Orlando. They're playing well. Breck Shea with an absolutely fantastic goal. They have 8 points. They're on top of the East in 4 matches played. They're playing well. Kaká, that was Kaká's first match back. A goal and 2 assists for him. You can see how important he is. Batuista, their new signing, hasn't even played with the team yet. Orlando, I think they're in a position this year where they should be making the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and I have them on the list, but
Right.
Up higher. So at number 3, I have FC Dallas. They're first in the West. But, they had a disappointing draw against Columbus over the weekend, or at least for Dallas fan, and they've also played one more game than a lot of the teams in the West. So I put them at 3rd. I still think they have a certain type of soccer that's really entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they need to play a bit better to maintain that first spot in the West. But overall, we've seen what they can do. They were just so explosive last year in the playoffs and everything. I think that they definitely have a good chance to win the title this year.
Yeah. I have Sporting Kansas City at 3. They're playing well. They have great players like Benny Feilhaber. I'm not confident that they've replaced Christian Nemeth. They just, like as you said, they lost to Real Salt Lake. So I had them below them.
Okay, my number 2 was Orlando City SC, and I don't know.
Wow.
I think a lot of this has to do with just the win that they had. I mean, yeah, you have to remember, basically, I mean, Portland also kind of got like a garbage goal at the end in the 89th minute.
Yeah.
I think that, almost a 4-0 showing against Portland. I mean, I know they haven't gotten off to the greatest of starts this year, but it's still Portland, and
Right.
they're doing really well in the East. And I mean, to be honest, this is a little bit of my bias. I just like story. I mean, I would like to see an expansion team winning it this year or a recent expansion team after
exactly. Yeah,
after only one full season before this.
Yeah, I mean they have a shot. They started off well last year. We'll see. I mean, it's so early in the season.
Yeah.
So these things are kind of it's hard to do them. For number 2, I have FC Dallas. As you said, a very explosive team. They have Fabian Castillo and Mauro Diaz, 2 of the best players in the league. Kellen Acosta and Ulloa, 2 homegrown players in the middle of the park. Solid defense there with Matt Hedges. They're just a solid team. They're on top of their supporter shield standings with 2 wins. Sorry. Why did I say 2 wins? Well, actually, they have 3 wins. I meant to say, I don't know what I meant to say, but they've played one more match than Sporting Kansas City, Real Salt Lake, or LA.
Yeah, I can respect that pick. And number 1, I have RSL, and
wow.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit weird, but I think they're third in the West, and they came off a big win, winning in Kansas City.
Right.
That was huge for them to contend for the top 3, and Sporting Kansas City didn't score until a penalty kick from Benny Feilhaber late on, and I think that that assist by Joel Plata in the 29th minute was really good to Glad's goal, and
right.
I think that. Glad, by the way, only 19 years old, and I was impressed. I didn't know who he was before this, actually. But, yeah, overall, I think that, it was a deserving result for RSL. It was a good road win, and I think that overall, they have a very strong team.
Yeah.
And I think that I can see them winning this year for the first time in a few years.
And Justin Glad, he can play fullback, he can play center back. He played a little bit for Real Salt Lake last year, but spent a good chunk of the year on loan. To the U.S. affiliate. He's a good player. But yeah, my number 1 is RSL as well, and I was surprised because I didn't expect us to agree on that. But RSL is my pick to win it all. They were before the season. I just think that front line, Yura Mosivzian is a fantastic player. Martinez is good. Sonny is good in midfield. Joel Plata has really, really embraced that role as playing as a wide player. He was the player of the month. In MLS. He's just been so good, and I just think he has 3 assists and 3 goals in 4 matches. I mean, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And he's just been playing so well, and I can't pick against RSL. They're my favorite to win it all. And I think that's all we're really going to talk about with MLS. But I just want to spend a little time to talk about a little bit more of MLS because it's been incredibly weird start to the season. You look at the bottom 5 teams in the league, bottom in terms of points and goal differential. Bottom 6 teams. Toronto, New York, DC United, and Columbus are the bottom 4 in the West. Portland and Seattle are the bottom 2. Those were the bottom 4 in the East. Portland and Seattle are the bottom 2 in the West. And that's crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy. And you have to, I don't think it's any guarantee that these teams make the playoffs. Colorado are playing really well, and they don't even have Tim Howard or Jermaine Jones yet. And then on the Eastern side, I expect Philadelphia and Chicago to fall out, maybe New York City.
I don't know if I expect Philadelphia to fall out.
I mean, they're playing well.
This year, yeah.
Andre Blake's a great keeper.
Yeah. But the bottom 4 teams in the East all made the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah, they did. I mean, you have
insane.
you have the Eastern Conference Finals, Columbus and New York. DC was up there. Toronto, obviously, they have all the players. With the money they've spent, having Jovinko, Bradley, I know Elstor hasn't been 100%, but having those players and having 4 points from 4 matches is just not good enough. So,
yeah,
they're cursed.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good goal that Colorado scored against them, but you have to be able to, with the players that you have, score a goal
right.
at least. Force a draw.
Right. And the other thing that happened this weekend is, a Red Bulls and Revolution play. The Revolution scored a goal when a Red Bulls player was injured on the field. But I mean, you have no obligation to kick the ball out of bounds if the referee doesn't blow the whistle. I mean, if the referee doesn't blow the whistle, you're not gonna you're not going to kick it out of bounds anyway. But you have no obligation to kick the ball out of bounds if a player is down on the field. You can continue to play. You play until a whistle blows. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I just hate that. I just hate that you are forced to kick it out of bounds, and then 2 minutes later. Sorry, I cannot speak. Sorry, guys, I'm so tired. I cannot speak today. But I hate how if a team is attacking and a player goes down, they have to completely stop the attack, kick it out of bounds, and then a goalkeeper gets the ball back. I mean,
yeah.
I don't like that.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, Nihal.
Yes.
While we're just talking about general things in MLS, I want you to guess, after 4 weeks of MLS play, how many red cards there's been.
Hasn't it been 5 weeks? Oh, okay. Before I say that, that's the other thing about RSL. In 2 of the matches, they've had red cards, and I think they would have won those matches if that didn't happen. Red cards. 4? No, it has to be more than that.
Wait. Yeah.
How many?
15.
15
Isn't that
red
insane?
cards?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't know if I don't know. That doesn't mean direct red cards, but still, like 15 ejections.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
Why?
they did say that MLS refs were gonna like buckle down or whatever, but I mean, that's kind of.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, it just ruins the games.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a huge disadvantage. I mean, even Toronto before I was criticizing them, but they had a red card in that match as well.
I mean, okay, so how many matches have been played? So 8 teams in each conference have played 4, right? So that's 32 matches.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, but they might have played against.
They play against each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many total matches there would be. That would be a longer process than we have time for.
I mean, you take the total and divide it by 2, right? So 42, 21. There've been 42 matches, I think.
Okay.
I mean, okay, so if it is, let's just say it's around 42 to 45. Yeah. That's still more than a third of the matches that have had red cards.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I mean, I mean, we don't need to always criticize something big picture within American soccer. I mean, it's just is what it is. I will still watch MLS if there's red cards.
No, me too. I mean, obviously, but
yeah,
maybe the players have to get it together.
Yeah,
the West is just looking so strong this year too, as they always do.
Oh yeah, I mean, I only had one East Coast team in my top 5.
Me too.
Yeah, I know we're the same. Yeah,
the 7th place team in the West, San Jose, will be in 2nd place in the East.
You expected Columbus to do better than they're doing, right?
I mean, yeah.
So did I.
Why wouldn't I? We'll see what happens. You can't really say anything yet. You know, we've seen teams implode, and we see teams come on late.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not like a huge point gap.
No,
yeah,
I mean, there's 3 points out of the playoffs.
Yeah, but
there's 6 points. They're 2 matches out of first place in the East.
Right, but they haven't won a match.
Yeah, but that's going to happen, hopefully.
Yeah, what do you think the biggest reason for that is?
I do not know.
Jack McInerney.
Jack McInerney. They've only scored three goals. Kamara. I just don't think they're getting Kamara the service that they were getting him last year.
Do you think that maybe they should have made more additions in the transfer window?
No, they made quite a bit. They signed Kamara, not Kai Kamara, the other Kamara. They signed a defender. I can't remember his name. A couple of midfielders. So I think they made some good moves. The team will come together.
All right, why don't we move on to top 5 Americans abroad? We just love top 5s.
We do love top 5s.
So you are going to recap the top 5 American performances in other countries besides
the United States.
Or
Canada.
Or Canada.
All right, so at number 5, DeAndre Yedlin started and went the full match in Sunderland's 0-0 draw against West Brom. And a big result for Yedlin and Sunderland to keep him alive in the Premier League race. And, as we were talking about last time, he just looks like such a better player, and he's so solid now. and hopefully he continues on this track. It'll be hard for him to break into Spurs, and it's the Spurs lineup. They have Kyle Walker, they have Trippier, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next year, but right now he's killing it. Number 4, Cody Cropper. In the championship, he started and played the full match against Fulham. They did lose. MK Dons, his team, did lose 2-1, but he made 7 saves in that match, which I thought was very, very impressive. Number 3, Christian Pulisic, Christian Pulisic. So
No. Pulisic.
Pulisic, yeah. So that's how he wants to be referred to as. He came off the bench, only played 10 minutes, but I don't know if you saw some of the skills he was doing. He looked great, and his play actually resulted in the game-winning corner kick as Borussia Dortmund beat Werder Bremen 3-2. Number 2, it's that man again. I think it's a joint one, really. Fabian Johnson played the full match, had an assist in Borussia Mönchengladbach's 5-0 win versus Hertha Berlin, and I think John Brooks is tied there. His team did lose 0-5, but that's because he didn't play. So we know how important Hertha Berlin is the third-place team in Germany, and they lost 5-0 to Borussia Mönchengladbach. A huge, huge result for Gladbach, as they were, before this week, they were falling a little behind. The race for third and fourth place are really, really tight. Hertha Berlin are still in third place, but Mönchengladbach leapfrogs 3 teams into fourth place. They have 45 points. Hertha Berlin are in third place with 48. So hopefully both of those teams qualify for the Champions League. And then we'll have Pulisic, Brooks, and Fabian Johnson. And Julian Green for Bayern Munich. And then number 1, the man making his debut, Matt Miazga, went the full match in place of the injured John Terry and Gary Cahill for Chelsea, the first American to play in a Premier League match for Chelsea. They won 4-0 versus Aston Villa. In this match, Matt Miazga had 6 clearances, 4 aerial duels won, 3 tackles won, 3 blocks, and an interception.
Can you say that again?
6 clearances, 4 aerial duels won, 3 tackles won, 3 blocks, and an interception. So very, very good debut for him.
Is it cynical to say that it was Aston Villa?
Okay, besides Jeff Cameron and John Brooks, do we have anyone? I mean, what? I don't see Omar Gonzalez and Matt Beasler playing against Aston Villa.
No, I don't. No, I'm kidding. That's great that he played 90 minutes. I actually didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
Something that I noticed from this list: we have no goal scorers in Europe.
Well, Bobby Wood did not.
Oh yeah,
play.
we do.
Bobby Wood. Well, Fabian Johnson had an assist. Bobby Wood didn't play, and he's usually the guy who we look for in terms of goal scorers. We don't really have many strikers in Europe. This weekend we did see Rubio Rubin get back onto the bench, which is really good. Coming back from an injury, hopefully he'll get back onto the field soon. Andrew Wooten hasn't scored in a really, really long time. Joe Zhao is getting back into training. He's starting to play a little bit. Joe Zhao's not even a striker, so who else is there?
Aaron Johansson next year.
Yeah, Johansson's out for the year. Fabian Johnson scores, but...
Yeah, well, especially, was that like November where he was just scoring every week?
Yeah, November until January, really, he was playing really, really well and scoring and assisting. But yeah, other than that, Alejandro Bedoya didn't play. He's recovering from an injury. Danny Williams didn't score. There's not a whole lot of strikers. They're all pretty much injured or didn't play. Andrew Wooten's really the only one who played.
Yeah. It was just something I was noting.
No, yeah. Fair enough.
I'm just thinking, but like the top, so the top U.S. scorers it goes is Landon, Clint, Josie right now.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Okay,
I think
they've all had stints in Europe or played in Europe, I guess.
Yeah, so did Wijnaldum at 4th.
Well, no, who? Yeah, okay.
Eric Wijnaldum.
No, who's 5th?
I don't know. Maybe McBride.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Landon. You can always look to Landon Donovan to show that it doesn't really matter all that much.
It matters.
It matters.
But Donovan, I don't know why we're talking about this, but Donovan made his decision for other reasons, and I think they're perfectly valid. So,
Yeah, well,
he did. You know, MLS would not be where it is without Landon Donovan. U.S. soccer wouldn't be where it is without Landon Donovan. So,
yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, you know, if it was really, I think a lot of development is about, you know, adjusting with the culture and or being acquainted with the culture, and you know, and when he was such a symbol of the American game like he was. I mean, I think that like it doesn't even, and for how much he grew the game just by playing for LA and San Jose. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to say that like he should have gone to Europe at this point.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
obviously he proved during his stints with Everton, he turned their seasons around. That he could have played in Europe. He was a class player.
I agree.
All right, you know what else is class, Sahil?
Ambitious Strike.
Yes, Ambitious Strike. Go check out Ambitious Strike. They're a great soccer apparel company. You can check them out at ambitiousstrike.com. That's AMBITIOUSSTRYK.com. Go check them out. Use the code BROTHERS at checkout if you buy something for a 15% discount on your entire purchase. As always, the link is in the description.
We have an email for this podcast. It's SoccerBrothersPodcast@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter and Instagram. Those are both at SoccerBrosPod. My brother's Twitter is at BigTimeBrownie. Mine's at ASR_Sahil. Leave a review and rating it if you're on iTunes. Like or follow us if you're on SoundCloud. We're also on Google Play now. You can check us out there. And the website's coming soon.
The website is coming soon. Also, happy birthday to me in 2 days.
Send your birthday wishes to Happy Time Brownie.
Also, we posted something on Instagram, so it's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
We finally got around to that.
All right, thanks for listening, guys.